I want to talk to you guys today about how you need to be working your business because I find as I talk to people in Plexus, on other people's teams, my team, that most people are so confused about what they need to do. These are smart, intelligent people, you guys, and most people feel like they are a chicken with their head cut off. So I want to tell you how I work my business, how I think you can have more freedom to work your business, and how you can literally have a life that does not revolve around your job. You have to create this for yourself. You have to teach your team how to do this, or you're going to just end up burnt out and unhappy, and it is not worth it. So let me just explain to you how I run my team and how I run my own personal IPA. Number one, and I know this is going to freak everyone out, I do not do personal IPA every single day. That would drive me bonkers. I don't want to do that. I did that in the beginning and it's not sustainable. So what I do for my team is every single month we have the same schedule. The first week of the month, we do an IPA challenge where I give assignments for 5 days in a row saying message this many people this message this and this message, blah, 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 get them in the 7-day challenge. Because the first week of the month is an IPA challenge helping you to get people into a 7-day challenge that happens the second week of the month. Then the third week of the month, we do another IPA challenge. Again, 5 days in a row with 4 simple tasks each day to help you get people into our 3-day blitz. That is the fourth week of the month. So you basically have 4 weeks in the month. You're doing IPA 2 of those weeks. The other 2 weeks are your follow-up week. Follow-up is going to be your IPA for those weeks. Just to paint a picture for you about what my day looks like. Number one, I wake up in the morning, I get my kids off to school, I like to get ready sometimes, other days I'm in my pajamas. But I check in with my team for 30 to 60 minutes. I am doing some quick messaging, answering questions, things like that. Then if it's an IPA week for me, I'm going to send some messages during this time. Then when I'm done with those tasks, I do a post on Facebook or Instagram and I check myself out of work for the next 4 to 5 hours. I do not feel stressed to answer messages during that time. I don't feel like I'm not working hard enough. I don't feel like I am not keeping up. I don't work during the middle of the day. The middle of the day is when I spend time with my 3-year-old. The middle of the day is when I go shopping. The middle of the day is when I do whatever I want because I am self-employed and I work from home and I have that luxury. Then sometime between 1 and 3 p.m., sometimes it's 1 p.m., if I'm out shopping or out to lunch with a friend or hanging out or getting my hair done or going to the nail salon or whatever I want to do on a bike ride with Dean, then sometimes that turns into 2 p.m. Consistently, though, I like to check in sometime between 2 and 3 p.m. to just see if there's any important messages that I need to answer. What would be considered an important message? Someone who has a question about someone they'd like to sign up. That would be an important question. Questions I will not answer ever. Number to customer service. Is this ingredient in this product? And how do I help someone who is going through detox? I have systems set up in my team page. I have PDFs, I have videos for those people to answer all of those things. If you do not have access to anything like that, create it. If you're on my team, you can go into the team page and find those answers for yourself to do all those things. So that's why I don't answer questions for my team during the middle of the day. If someone is saying, I'm trying to sign someone up and they're asking a question about this, and it's someone who is working really hard, they're coachable, they're teachable, they deserve my time, sure, I might answer that question for them if I'm available to do that. If someone is constantly asking questions that they can find the answer to, I am not going to open that message. I might open it tomorrow. If I feel like it, I might open it at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you guys are so capable of answering your own questions. I really find that we just have really good people who are intelligent, who know how to find their own answers. Sure, every once in a while we all have a time where we need help, but I want you all to be empowered in your personal business. I don't want you to feel like this business is destroying your life or this business is taking away time from your family, because what I've found myself in that place before, number one, and I didn't want to stay in that place. So what I've found to be freeing to me is boundaries. And what those boundaries look like for me are first thing in the morning, I do those messages to kind of wake my team up. I write IPA challenges. Those are all available to everyone in Plexus on the Jewels page. If you don't like my challenges, write your own. If you're not a Jewel, you're not in the Jewels page, message your closest Jewel upline and say, hey, can you grab the content that Emily Gibson has shared on IPA challenges for October? They can very easily copy and paste that material to you or email it to you or whatever. So anyone has access to that content. And again, if you don't like it, write your own. This is just what I find to be helpful to my team. So in the morning, I'm going to check in with my team. If it's an IPA week, then I'm going to send some messages, maybe not 20, definitely not 50, probably more like 3 or 4, maybe 5. And then I'm going to do a post on social media, and then I'm going to go about my life for 4 or 5 hours and not think about work, not one bit. I'm going to make friends when I'm out in public. I'm going to have fun on my Instagram profile, where I'm in my stories sharing my life and the things that I love, like what groceries I buy, how I'm going to do my hair for the day, and what lip gloss I'm currently liking the most. Those are things that entertain me and that I enjoy. Maybe that's not what it looks like for you, but I'm sure there's something that you like to do to fill your time during the day that would be comparable. Then between 1 and 3, depending on if we're home at 1 o'clock or if we're out. But sometime in that afternoon, I'm going to try and check in again on my messenger. If I'm out to lunch with a friend or I'm doing something with family, maybe I don't get to that 2 to 3 o'clock check-in or that 1 to 3 p.m. check-in. If I'm home and my baby's sleeping and I've got my stuff organized in my house and I'd like to check in and work a little more, then sometimes I do. You have that choice. Being self-employed, you get to pick that time you spend. Then I pick my kids up from school and I don't think about my team or my job until my kids go to sleep, with the exception if we're doing a team call or if I have an accountability call. I do team calls twice a month, every other Monday. I do accountability calls every single Wednesday. And I do a book club on Wednesday nights as well. So there's 4, 5, 6 nights out of 30 nights that I put in a little extra time. Then on nights where I don't have a team call or where I'm not having accountability calls, I will check in with my team and messages again before bed, usually between 9 and 10 p.m. Sometimes I'm done by 9:15. Other times I need to go till 10:30 if it's the end of the month or if I'm working on a special project like writing content for an IPA challenge. Again, I only do that twice a month. And it's not something that you have to do. You can always use mine or someone else's. Brooke Hemingway does great IPA challenges. Brianne Coolidge does great challenges. And all of these things are available to you on the Jewels page. Again, if you're not a Jewel, find out who your closest Jewel upline is. Ask for them to take that content and email it to you so you can have access to it if they're not using it on their own pages. All of these things are there for you. Maybe you don't know about it yet. So now you do. And then you guys, that's it. It's as simple as that. I put in very little time to actually work, but when I am there to work, I am intentional about it. I'm doing IPA only 2 weeks out of the month, but I make it count. The other 2 weeks out of the month, I'm following up. I'm getting people in those 7-day or 3-day challenges, and I am signing people up at the end of those challenges. Sometimes it's a wash. And I've done all I can and it just doesn't work out. But most of the time, I've never had a month where I don't personally sponsor someone, but maybe you don't have relationships like I have spent the last 35 years building. Maybe that's something that you have to work on right now. That's what I want you to do in the majority of your day. Get off of your computer. Get away from behind your phone. Sure, social media is a great way to reach out and connect to people, but there is a time and a place for that. You do not need to be managing your team. Create a system to manage your team, whether that be an IPA challenge, a team page with most asked questions, so that when you're not there in the middle of the day and if they need you, they have a way to find the answer. I have a notes page where my team has access to for that. I have a team page that I flood with testimonials twice a day so that they can validate any condition or anything that anyone is trying to help someone overcome their objection for. Watch YouTube videos. Read a personal development book. Raise your leadership lid. If you're finding that this is hard, developing yourself personally and developing yourself as a leader is going to take you to the next level of success that you're looking for. First and foremost, creating boundaries in the way that I've described to you will help you stay sustainable in this profession. It's something that you can do forever if you do it the right way. I hope this video helps you. I am coming to you today to kind of just go like this to you, because you should not be on your phone all day long. You should not be answering questions of your team all day long. You're going to lose your mind. And then you're going to quit. And what a waste that would be for you to walk away from something that is so instrumental, a vehicle to change the world if you will let it. I hope that you'll find value in these boundaries that I've taught you today. I know they have propelled my business forward, doing it this way every single month. I've done it working 24/7. I've done it working like this. My business is more successful now, working less, looking up from my phone, and not being in my business all day long behind my computer. And I promise you that as you are more intentional with your time in this way, it will bring you that also. Success is never limiting when you make yourself better. And that's the truth. So pour into yourself and try to use some of these skills that have worked for me. Be consistent. It's the hot and the cold that is just murdering your business. Just be steady, do what you can, and then live your life. I promise you your business will love you back more than it is with you killing yourself thinking you have to hit a certain amount of messages or time in your business every day. It's the consistency. It's moving that needle forward a little bit every single day. Love you guys. Bye.